Oh, that's not what I want. That's not what I want at all. Oh, I'm not sure what happened there. Okay, yeah, that's it. Yep. And that's what I want. Hello. Sorry. You ready? Hello and welcome to another episode of Heels and Cocktails. Today's topic is diets, exercise and bodies. I'm Anna. This is Mitra.
Hi.
And this is Thais.
Hello.
I'm not attempting to pronounce last names today because we have a British Iranian surname and a Brazilian surname. I can hardly handle my own Russian name. So we're going to leave it at first names only today. So what I want to start is with you, Mitra, because I know that you've been through a journey of weight loss, but you've also been through this journey for a couple of months now.
Yeah.
And you've lost so much weight, but you also look so radiant, happy, positive, and so much energy coming out. Like this is light and beautiful.
Yeah.
And I want you to share with us why it started, this journey, how it started, and what helps you keep the discipline and keep you going like that.
Okay. So I'm 5 foot tall, and at the beginning of January I was 80.7 kilos. So pretty heavy for my frame. And I was really worried about it. Just in general for the health. Like I was actually struggling. My knees were hurting. Clothes weren't fitting me. Like all the stuff that we experience when we put on a little bit of weight. And I also have a underactive thyroid, so I have Hashimoto's as well. So that was like part of it as well, where it was just making me feel really really crap, to be honest with you. And I went to the doctors about it, and I was like, what's going on? Is it like my hormones? Am I going through early menopause? Do you know, like I'm 42, so like all those things come into play, and I was like, what's going on with me? And my doctor's amazing and did all the tests. So I got tested for all the female hormones, my thyroid again, iron, everything. Everything came back normal.
I think that's so frustrating.
Yeah.
You know at least the answer.
Yeah, well, I was hoping it was going to be a medical condition, because actually it turned out that I was just overeating. I was just overeating and not even realising it. So she wanted to put me on a weight loss program, like a management program through like the system, so you can actually get like free consultations, and you can go with a dietitian, and actually we're really lucky here when we have Medicare, because Medicare covered a lot of that, which was wonderful. Except I didn't want to do it. I'm a chef, and I was refusing adamantly to have to put myself in the hands of a dietitian to control my own nutrition.
Yeah.
So I took it upon myself to try calorie counting. So I just downloaded my MyFitnessPal and was like, I'm just going to give this a couple of weeks and just see what happens. Do you know? I have a PT as well, so I'm used to having like more a restricted calorie deficit, but it's not. I do 1,500 calories a day, which is now completely substantial. Like I actually struggle to get to that many calories now, but at the beginning it was a real hardship. Because I was totally overeating and not noticing because of portion control. So my biggest thing was portion control. So I started in January, and I was weighing everything to make sure that I'm a very physical and very sight based person. So seeing how much food, like seeing how much 100 grams of cooked rice was, things like that really helped me to kind of not have to weigh things now. So I'm 5 months on, and I've lost 11 kilos. Thank you.
That's amazing.
Thank you. It was also helped by the fact that I do work out. I go to the gym. My PT had done, he set up a 5-week challenge at the end of January anyway. So we'd already done that, which is quite a physical and it's quite a intense 5 weeks anyway. But I just carried that on. So all the things I took from that challenge, which was basically do 30 minutes of exercise a day, make sure you're drinking your water that you need to drink, like follow a diet plan, whatever that may be, whatever works for you. And those kind of, and then he does specific workouts, which I just stopped doing because I don't need to do those, but I also still go to PT.
Yeah.
So that was that in a nutshell. That's kind of what I did. It doesn't work for everybody. I totally respect that. But for me, having an app like my Fitness Pal, I can't actually stress it enough. I should be sponsored by them at this point. It's a really easy way of doing it. In Australia anyway, a lot of the foods that we eat are on there, so you can search for foods and everything's pretty on there. I guesstimate my calorie now because I'm so conditioned, I think, at this point to know my limits and know my portions. But yes, so I've lost 11 kilos. My goal is only a kilo and a half away.
Oh wow!
So I'm pretty happy with where I am. Obviously, very happy with where I am actually. So it's been a process, but we're there almost, and it's amazing.
That is amazing. Can I just ask you quickly a follow-up question?
Yes,
because this picked into my brain when you said, especially being a chef, is it a little bit of a challenge not to have taste something or have a little bit of this or a little bit of that? Or how do you manage calorie counting and managing with being around food all the time?
Well, you would have to allow for that. So I allow about 100 calories a day for tasting things and testing things. But excuse me, the good part I guess about being a chef is that you generally don't want to eat the food you've produced. So I'm not, and I don't want to eat the bad stuff now because I know that the bad stuff makes me feel like poop as well. So and I am, and like I say, I'm 5 months in now, so I'm very disciplined with what I know I can eat and what I know will make me feel good.
Yeah.
So a lot of why I'm continuing to do it and why I will probably continue to do it after I meet my goal is actually I feel great. Yeah. I feel great. It's not just about looking good. It's about that, and also my knees don't hurt anymore.
That's so
cool. And the health connotations with weight loss when you are heavier for your frame is ridiculous. Yeah. So
we work together, and I see Mitra very often at work. Yeah. And another follow-up question that is really interesting for me, and I think that's going to bring a lot of value to our the audience as well. Yeah. I see you finish work and you're on your feet all day. Yeah. I see you finish work. Yeah. There is no question about going to the gym. Do you feel like it? You don't feel like it? You're tired? You're exhausted? You had a hard day? It looks like it's set in stone, and there's no question about it. Yeah. My question is, how do you keep this discipline? Yeah. And also, was it really hard at the beginning, and for how long to keep that discipline? When did it become something that isn't under question?
Well, yeah. So I like the gym anyway. I'm a person who likes the gym. I've been going to the gym for many years, but actually going consistently has always, as we do, you go and then it fades away. Yeah. But again, it kind of links back to the January thing, going to the doctors and then having this 5-week challenge with my PT. And again, one of the challenges is doing 30 minutes of exercise of actual exercise a day. Now that can be a walk, it can be yoga, it can be Pilates. Yeah. It just has to be moving your body for 30 minutes specifically to move your body. Yeah. And so I decided this time I was just going to continue that on. Mm-hmm. Because normally after a challenge or something like that, if you've ever done them, then it fades away. Right? You just let it kind of fade away and you start making excuses for yourself and I'm tired or whatever. And this time I was like, no, I'm just going to see how long I can do this for. Yeah. And I'm still going. That's fantastic. Because, again, now it's just second nature. And I enjoy it. I'm so lucky in my job that I finish at 3:00 in the afternoon. So I can go for a walk in the park at 3:30 in the afternoon, listen to the birds, and there's no one else around, and I'm out in fresh air, and it's beautiful.
That's so good to hear, and it's such an inspirational story, I think, for us. Well, for me anyway, I get inspired to do more when I listen to you talk about that, and the result especially. When I see the result week after week, and I think, wow, this is fantastic. You make me want to go for a run. That's fantastic. Thank you, Mitra. And Thais, I want to ask you, which part of the topic interests you the most? Is it diets? Is it exercise? Or is it bodies? Can you share a bit about your experience?
Before I get there, I'm just gonna say that now I understand why Mitra looks. And before I came here, I'm gonna reveal that I texted Anna saying, Anna, I think I'm gonna get in trouble. Because what I'm going to say, I think I'm either gonna cause a fight or I'm going to, I don't know, create enemies forever. However, you know how you think things and things go the other way? Mitra just said what I bloody do! She said what I bloody do! So she said, I'm just right now. And you would have noticed that I started laughing a bit. And then I got my phone because I use a different app. These days I don't use that much anymore, but I still weigh anyway, so I'm gonna get there.
So you're on calorie counting as well, is that what you're saying?
Yeah, I'll get there. I'll get there. Yeah. So that's why Mitra is fantastic.
I am.
But now let me concentrate, focus. It's hard to focus when you've got the cocktails, but I don't know, it's healthy. It's got the tomato and stuff. Anywho, so what part do I like the best? Diet, exercise, or body? Really, the three are connected. Yeah. So, diet. So you've got your body, and you need the diet, and you need the exercise. And what I mean by diet is not the diet I am on a diet. It's a diet, a day-to-day diet, and what you are eating, what you are taking into your body. Yeah. Okay, so just exactly what Mitra said. She made me feel so much. Mitra, I love you forever. Because I thought I was gonna be like the rude person here, but not saying that you were the rude person. No. I'm just saying you said everything in a nice way, right? So let's start. So diet, exercise, or body. I'm gonna start here with the diet. So exactly like Mitra said. There is one thing that is a fact, which is calories. Yeah. Come on, just wake up, right? If you don't like counting, fair enough. But there's one thing that you cannot ignore, which is calories. Sorry, why should I be looking to just... Just because I like to speak looking, but I'm looking at you and looking at them. I've got a... You can do both. No, I can't do both because...
We have to treat it like another person.
I can't do both because unlike most women, I cannot multitask. I cannot do two things. You are actually very lucky to get me.
Not women.
No.
We can multitask.
No, I said unlike many women, I cannot multitask.
Okay.
Right? So I am like the mainly one that does not multitask, and you are lucky to get me drinking cocktails and speaking. So I'll speak here, then I'll turn, stop, come back here. Yeah. All right. So there's one thing that we can't ignore, which is the calories, and they do exist. They are there. So what I'm going to say here is based on my experience, but I'm going to leave it to the end, like when I speak again at the very end, to talk about the fad diets and everything that's out there.
Yeah, sure.
So one fact which I've learned in these last years after getting to so many fad diets is healthy does not mean low calorie. Yes. So right? So healthy does not mean low calorie. Exactly. So I have had girlfriends to come and show me stuff they buy from the health section from the supermarket, like peanut butter balls, and by all means it tastes amazing. I have a few of them, right? And they start eating them, and they just think because they buy them from the health section, they just have the free pass of eating them, right? Whilst if they actually just read the calories, they might as well be eating a bar of chocolate.
Yeah. You might as well, if you're going to do that kind of stuff, just have the chocolate that you really want.
Exactly.
Yes.
Exactly.
Those little smoosh ball things, they're like 300 calories for 8.
Exactly.
It's just
Oh,
not, you might as well just have a
it is, and one thing is that I'm not saying here, and again, it comes to calories and the calorie count.
Yeah.
Right at the end of the day or at the end of the week, you can choose a time frame, not a big time frame. So it comes down to the calorie count that you are doing. So if you want to eat the peanut butter bowl, yes, eat. Just just do it if you really like it. But don't think because you bought it from the health section you can have a free pass to eat as much as you want. It doesn't work like this.
Yeah.
Right? And companies have been making money out of us and with this deceit for many years. I understand if you go to the health section, if you have like an intolerance, gluten free, so many intolerances out there that there are genuine, whatever. I don't speak that good English. So genuine or genuine, some you get me. Intolerances, then of course you go and buy gluten free, or if you prefer, because it is your choice not to have it, then that's understandable too. But don't think you're going and buying a cookie that's gluten free that's gonna have less calories. Another thing you just mentioned. No, actually, we didn't mention that. Sorry. The low sugar thing. Okay, so these days you can buy. Okay, I'm not gonna say the brand. I was gonna say the brand. I'm not gonna say the brand because whenever the podcast gets big, I'm gonna get sued and I wanna get sued. Okay, so
Does it give you wings?
Now, so now we're gonna get there. One healthy brand. Actually, it's a healthy brand. Whatever, low calorie brand. So they issued this healthy. Come on, Nutella. Right? With 85, you know the one, with 85% less sugar. Then you turn around, they have 90% more fat to make up for it. So the calories, they are actually as much as Nutella. The taste isn't. So Nutella, please sponsor me. Okay. So
I'm gonna be the whole time please says the name.
please sponsor me.
She's not swearing. She's just saying the brand's name.
Because
it's gonna be.
Nutella. Yeah. I just
stop saying that. This is a lot more editing for me.
You can't say brand name.
Oh, I'm so sorry. Okay, so the you say, but you know the spread, the chocolate spread, spread. No, hazelnut spread with chocolate. Yeah, you get me. All right. So just get real. If you wanna just get real. If you are looking for healthy food, instead of going to the health section, just walk 2 meters behind you or in front of you and go and get vegetables and fruit. I am not saying here you cannot eat. I eat chocolate every day. I have to. I have a panic attack if I don't.
I eat biscuits every day.
I have a panic attack if I don't. However, exactly what Mitra said is going to be exactly what you said. My whole speech.
I'm so sorry.
Exactly what Mitra said. It is allowing for those calories, right? So what you said here, and I was laughing because it is so me. Mitra said that she follows the app called MyFitnessPal. I follow the app. It's Calorie Count, but I've got another name for it, which is Fat Secret. It's the same. But
okay. I've never heard of them.
Yeah, no, it's the same as Calorie Count. But whenever I download it, it comes as Fat Secret, but you find as Calorie Count. So So these days I don't use it anymore that much because you can see you got used to it. And then it comes to this goes to the next little thing here, which is how if we don't know what we are eating and the calories we are taking, we start demonizing food. Is that a word?
Yes.
Demonizing?
That's a good word.
So
it's
a demonizing.
perfect.
And then this goes into the fat, but I'm not gonna get to the fats now. But like, I'm not eating carbs.
Good and bad.
Carb after 6 o'clock. Oh my god. Like, and then, oh no, I need to eat all protein. Oh, fat is good for you. Whatever. Okay. Another thing besides, okay, now we learned first topic. Healthy doesn't mean low calorie. You know one thing that is extremely low calorie, there's no calories. Coke Zero. Go and drink Coke Zero for a week. You're gonna probably get cancer before you lose all your weight.
And diabetes.
Yes, but again, there is unhealthy thing that is low fat. That is got no calories, and there are very healthy things that have got a lot of calories. You just need to know what you are taking in.
Yeah.
And those apps, they really help you out. Hang on, we said the brand of the app too.
That's okay.
Yeah,
Don't
that's
worry.
okay.
That's okay.
All
It's
Just
just gonna
right.
be a
Doesn't
little bit of
matter.
a bleeping. there.
Yeah, okay. So we can
You're
do
gonna
Is
this.
it a brand?
Yeah. So so I yeah so
Oh,
so
you're sponsored one. I'm waiting till
so
It
we,
goes
we
vegan and I have to
So,
get sued.
one thing one thing that I want to share with you, it is about the three come on guys, three macros that we have, and sorry to get a little bit uh technical scientific.
Well,
say-
it actually might be good.
Yeah,
It might provide
because-
value to our audience.
so we have
Get into
three.
your macros. If you don't know what a macro is, please research it. It sounds
I actually
so
don't know what
terrifying.
that is, so I'm
Yeah.
gonna research it after this.
So what
They sound so
happens?
terrifying. They're not.
No, they're not at all.
And the apps will always let you deal with that.
The apps. No, don't be sorry. The apps they actually tell you.
Yeah.
No, I love it.
Yeah.
The apps they actually tell you how much you're having. So you have the three macros,
Mhm.
which are carbs, carbohydrate, protein.
Oh, okay,
and
that's
fat.
what it is.
Yeah.
That's
So
it. That's the way I am.
so the one that you need the most is
Protein.
carbs.
Mhm.
Carbs.
Oh, I do protein.
The one that you eat the most and then you need the most is carbs. But what are carbs? Veggies are carbs.
Yeah.
Fruit is carbs.
Everything
And
has carbs
everything
in
is
it.
carbs, right?
Stop being so scared of carbs.
Yes. So everything has carbs on. And then they say, oh, but this is the good carb and the bad carb.
Mm.
And then you go to what is good carb and the chocolate cake's a bad carb.
It is
Did you
really
forget?
confusing.
Yeah.
It does get really confusing with that stuff.
Because people want you to be scared of it.
Yeah.
They want you scared. They don't
Yeah.
want you knowledgeable, because if you're knowledgeable, then you have the power.
I suppose fear sells.
Because-
They
Yeah,
want
because
they want you
knowledge-
buying the health foods that are
Yeah.
low carb.
Knowledge
Okay.
frees you. Knowledge frees you.
Yeah.
And then
That's
whenever
true.
you say
That is a beautiful
yeah,
saying. I'm gonna
knowledge-
put it down.
knowledge frees you, right? And that's why I say, but whenever people say, I don't want to weigh, I don't want to, you don't have to weigh if you learn, like, to have your, I weigh my protein to this day, only the protein. But if you learn about these little things, and at least in the beginning, I find that the
It's
apps
so
very,
helpful.
very helpful. You obtain the knowledge, you get the knowledge, then you become free, and then you lose the fear. Because you're free, you don't have the fear of, I cannot eat that cupcake. Hang on, what have you eaten today? Oh, I've just had coffee in the morning. You can eat the cupcake, you know.
Yeah.
So it is all that gets to the end, and then again to the chocolate cake. Oh, chocolate cake's a bad carb. Oh, you gotta understand that the chocolate cake does not have only carb; it has a lot of fat too,
Yeah.
right?
Okay. Yeah.
Which is another
And sugars.
sugar's carb.
Sugar's carbs.
Oh,
Yeah.
okay. Yeah.
So,
That's-
Okay,
that
so
makes
you have carb,
sense.
you have protein, and you have fat. You need the three of them,
Yeah.
right? So carb is what gives you energy. Carb is everything. Carb is like the base, right?
Mm.
Protein is what
Helps with satiety. I think that's
Yeah.
what I read.
exactly.
Before.
So makes you full and makes you stay long, go for longer without
Mhm.
having to eat again. And fat gives the flavor. But not only that, if you don't have fat, you need fat to circulate your blood too. Of course, there is a percentage of it, and that's why it is the smallest amount. How can I say? Sorry, the one that you have the smallest amount of it. So again, to the macros, carb is what you should be having the most amount of it, and the least caloric one, believe it or not. If you
Yeah.
go to the bottom of the carbs, it is the least caloric one. Then you have the second caloric one, most caloric one in general. I'm not going to compare here kangaroo meat with
No.
You know?
It is. It
In
is.
general,
it's a wide
protein,
topic as well.
yeah. protein, and then you have
Protein.
fat. Fat is, like the name says, the one that has the biggest amount of calories. But come on, you
But
need
also there is a good fat and there's bad fat. That's
Wow.
you need olive. How
So,
are you going to
yeah.
cook a steak without olive oil? How are you going?
Yeah.
And you need that to circulate. You're
And
not
who
going to.
doesn't love avocado?
Yeah.
Avocado is basically fat. Just
Exactly.
suck it up. It's
And then
beautiful.
yeah,
Yeah.
exactly. And then one thing that I want to explain why people have protein powder,
Mhm.
right? Protein powder, if you want to lose weight, if you want to exercise, you don't have to have protein powder.
Mhm.
Protein powder only exists because protein is the only macro that does not exist as isolated in its form,
Okay.
right?
Yeah.
So for
Mhm.
instance, fat, what is fat, isolated fat? Butter. If you get butter, there's only fat there.
Mm.
Banana is only carbohydrate. But meat, whenever you get kangaroo meat or
It's got
not meat, sorry, protein,
eggs.
eggs, all of them
Yeah,
are gonna
has
have
carbs.
carbs in or fat.
Yeah.
So that's why you buy the isolated protein, the protein powder, so you can have only protein to supplement your diet if needed so. Right?
Yeah.
So whenever you have the app, and that's how the app helps. I'm just advertising the app here, but yeah, you don't have to have the protein powder as long as you are
Covering it, you're eating enough protein outside of it.
Yeah, but if you are not, then you have it. I have it because I don't have enough protein.
Yeah,
right.
And I have it because it's yummy and it's great for half a breakfast in a smoothie.
So good in a smoothie with banana. So good. So good. And again, protein. You just said it keeps me full until lunch.
Yeah, that's right.
Because protein is what keeps you going, and that's why before exercising I eat carb, because carb gives you energy, and protein afterwards.
Yeah, beautiful. Yeah.
So that is just a tip for you. So that is my part of diet to the body, and that's why, again, going back to Mitra and how she's losing weight beautifully. Mitra said, I am not going to let a dietitian control what I eat because I'm a chef. You know, love it. Love it. If you know what you're eating, you should be able to still eat what you like, but at the right proportions.
Yes.
Right?
Yes.
At the right. No, I like my eggs. Maybe you're having 3 eggs in the morning. Maybe have 1 egg, or maybe have 2 eggs. So if you don't really have that amount, what can I reduce here? What can I include here?
Yeah, it's kind of that. It's the balancing act.
Yes,
you start shaving off a little bit so you can have something else.
Yeah.
I think that's kind of, it's a juggling act.
Yeah. And one good thing is whenever you try to fill with salad and fruit. Yeah. So then with you fill with salad and fruit, you're going to be more full.
Yeah.
Then you're not going to have that need of eating chocolate all the time. This is speaking for me.
It doesn't happen.
It doesn't happen.
You always want chocolate.
I remember when I moved to Australia and I went to work at the mines, there was this poster on the back of the doors, because there's a lot of food at the mines, but this poster said you have to eat 5 portions of salad, and no, is it 5? No, I can't remember. No, 3 portions of salad and 2 portions of fruit every day.
Yeah.
And you're gonna understand.
You're 5 a day.
Yeah, and that's right. The salad can be salad or veggies. Portions, you can Google what the portions are. So it's this amount of broccoli, this amount of this, amount of that. If you eat that, you're almost getting to what you need to keep on going. And of course, it's going to change for everyone. Like if we're talking about a guy that's whatever, I don't do feet, but 190, and he's a triathlete, he's going to need much more than myself that works on the desk. You know what I mean? Yeah. So it varies with everyone, the calorie intake. But calorie is something that exists, is a fact. Don't ignore it, and don't confuse something healthy with something low calorie. It can be either or none of it.
Yeah, makes sense.
Okay. Now that's the diet, and I'll promise that I'll talk about the exercise less. Otherwise, it will just be about me talking. Again, if you don't like having breakfast, you don't have to have it. If you feel good about it, you don't have to have it. But don't think that you are losing weight by
missing it,
because you already fast when you were sleeping. Did you know that? Because some people say, oh, you need intermittent fasting because your body needs to rest or to recover or whatever. That happens when you sleep.
Yeah, that's true. Yeah, that's a really good point.
Yes.
Yeah, that's a really good point.
Yeah.
So this is some of the links that I've included is about the diets, the fat diets, because I think it's such a good subject. And one of them is about diets. What I like about it is that it talks about the negative side effects, the positive that you gain from it. So it actually just breaks it down, and not for too long. It's just a really good read. The other one that I've mentioned in the link in the bio and in the website is from Harvard Health, and it's about exercise. Again, really delving in. They really get you so aware of why, how, when. So I found that link really helpful. And the last link, of course, as I mentioned before, is the link it's called BDD, which is for body dysmorphia disorder. And I found it like a really good read. So if you are curious about what it is, and maybe if you're suffering from it, I find that link really helpful. So hopefully tonight we've provided a lot of value for you, or even a little bit. I'll be happy with a little bit. Any value is good. Please go to our website and get some makeup on your way out. Ladies, you get to choose what makeup you're taking tonight. You choose whatever you want. This one is one of my favorites, actually.
Yeah, no, I'm actually. I got my eyes on the lipstick.
I wanted to thank you so much for bringing value to our audience. I want to thank you, Stories, and for listening, for engaging, and thank you for being here and having a Bloody Mary with me.
Fantastic. Anytime, Emma.
Yeah,
Thank you so much.
Thank you so much for having us.
Yeah, thank you.
And hopefully we'll see you in our next episode.
Bye.
Bye. Hi, and welcome to another episode of Heels and Cocktails, Diets, Exercise, and Bodies. Thank you for joining us today. What?
Me making funny faces.
Oh. I was like being pro. I didn't even see you. You know it's going on bloopers.
Okay.
Okay, fine.
I'm
I'm
just
just